Today's Friday, June 12th, 2026. It's currently 9:20 p.m. So far, I've been scripting these videos like a few hours before I record them, and today I wanted to try to just kind of do one off the dome freestyle, without any script or anything like that, just to see how it goes. Because that was kind of the whole point of the channel in the beginning, was to have these videos be something that are, I don't know, off the top of the head, whatever I'm thinking right now, whatever just happened. And so that's what I want to try to at least do for now. And if it works, then I'll keep doing it. So today I went and got a haircut, and on my way home, I passed through downtown because that's where my bus was. And as I was walking, a homeless guy stopped me, and he stopped me and he introduced himself. I forgot his name, unfortunately. And he introduced himself. He said he used to be in the army, he was a veteran, and that he had like a couple companies and he had a daughter working in one of those companies. And he started talking about corruption in the city and how he was protected by his lawyers. And to be honest, it was a bit of waffle, a bit of nonsense. And I could see that the guy was not the best mentally, and so I stuck with him for a few minutes just to hear him out, see what he had to say. But at one point, he almost he almost said something almost profound. Like he started coming up with an analogy. He was like, imagine you're in a garden and you see an apple on the ground next to a tree. Next to it might be an orchid, and in that orchard there might be another fruit. And he started going somewhere, but then very quickly he kind of derailed and started talking about random stuff. But as he was talking, I couldn't help but realize like this guy was quite well spoken. Like he was not he was talking about nonsense, but he was using like proper vocabulary, like nice words. Like he wasn't he was clearly educated in some manner. This is what I'm trying to say here. And that kind of broke my heart a little, because I you could clearly tell that this wasn't someone that was homeless or living on the street for their entire lives. This was someone that either recently or within the past 10 years or so had everything taken away from them. And whether that was their fault or not, I mean, I don't know, and I'm not the judge, but it broke my heart to see someone that someone that was clearly educated and had something going for them no longer having something going for them. And that doesn't mean that I don't feel bad for people that never had anything going for them in the first place. It was just, you kind of get used to seeing homeless people after a certain while, and so they're just kind of always there. But when someone clearly just became homeless and was never always homeless, it feels very weird and it feels very real all of a sudden. All of a sudden, it feels like that could be you any day now, right? It could be like, I mean, here in Canada, it's not the same, but like if you're American, for example, like one really big injury and you don't have health insurance, and that's it. Like you're completely broke, right? And especially if you're living paycheck to paycheck. And I don't know. It made me realize that, or maybe not realize, but it made me kind of think like, what am I gonna do in the future to kind of help or combat or provide back to the community and help these people that are on the streets, right? Like literally across the street from where this was, there was like the fanciest restaurant that you could think of. And I talked about this. I wasn't mentioning that specific location, but as a coincidence, like I talked about this in one of the first videos on this channel. I think it was overthinking, where like you're at a fancy restaurant and outside there could be someone homeless, right? And I was just thinking like how can this wealth disparity exist, and we're so used to it, right? I'm not saying communism, socialism. I'm not saying any of that. I'm not trying to go politically. I'm just trying to say that, how did we get so used to seeing this type of wealth disparity and unfairness in our everyday lives? And I don't know. I've never really thought about. I guess I have kind of considered in the past being like I don't know, like a mayor or a local politician when I'm older, right? When I'm more established in my career and I have, or maybe when I retire and I have more time to put towards my community. And yeah, now that I think about it, like when I do grow older and I do have an established career and my family and I'm all settled down and whatever, what do I do then, right? A lot of people just pick up hobbies or do many different things, but I do think that being part of the community and being able to and contributing in some meaningful way, whether that's politically or whether that's just in your more local communities, whether that's cultural, religious, whatever. I do think that is very, very important. And maybe that's just coming off from me right now because, or reflecting off of me right now because in my current state, I'm not really engaged in my local communities or, student groups, student governments, or anything like that. And maybe that's why I kind of feel this sort of need or, um, I don't know, desire towards giving back to the community. Or I don't even want to say giving back because it's not like the community is giving me something and I'm giving it back in the traditional sense, right? More so just being a part of the community and actually helping the people that need the help, um, like regardless of any situation. And also on the topic of the community, this is a different thing now. I was scrolling through my camera roll earlier and I came across an album on my phone where basically in around 2 years ago in grade 12, I had a friend that every time he would see me for the day, he would pull out his phone and he would say, "Yo, what's the quote of the day?" And it was like this little bit that we had going on where I would usually prepare a quote or something that I'd seen that day. And whenever he would come and film me, he'd like pull me to the side no matter what I was doing. And he would record me and I'd give him like a quote of the day and it was like really inspirational or whatever. And looking back on it, like more than anything, or like regardless of the quotes or the wisdom or trying to be cool, like it was just fun, right? It was just fun to be doing something on the side like that, just something random, something everyday, something spontaneous. And I've realized now that like now that I'm in this summer and I'm living here alone, and I'm not seeing people as much as I usually do in the year. Like I'm realizing just how important it is to just see people every day. And I know that sounds like very, very, very obvious, but if you sit in your room like for a few days and you barely leave your house, maybe like 3 times a week or whatever, it really, really takes a toll on you. Unless you're someone that's like very active with people online, like on Discord or something, or I don't know, you have people coming over, like that really takes a toll on you, and you kind of almost forget like how to talk, how to engage with people, and I don't know. It just made me realize that I just kind of miss my friends, if that's what it is. Right in the summer, everyone's gone, no one's really here. Just a few people, and most of them are working or too far away. None of us have cars, and yeah, I guess that's about it. I don't know. I don't really have anything else to say for today, so thank you for listening. See you next time.